This episode of the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West is brought to you by Goldtree Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, you definitely want to talk to our friends at Goldtree Realty. With Goldtree Realty, you'll be dealing with experienced real estate agents and investors. They can handle sellers in any condition, so if your property is ready to go with no repairs needed, or if it needs a little TLC, Goldtree Realty can get you that sold sign on your lawn, sometimes even with a cash offer in as fast as 72 hours. And if you're looking to buy a house, Goldtree Realty specializes in helping buyers find their dream home. Give Andrew, Jason, or any of the experienced and knowledgeable members of the Goldtree Realty team a chance to help you buy or sell your next home in the Evansville area. Call 812-432-2556 or like them on Facebook, facebook.com/Goldtree Realty. Once again, that's Goldtree Realty, 812-432-2556. And brought to you by All About You DJ. Let All About You DJ host your next wedding party or event. All About You DJ specializes in weddings, as well as many other private parties, including birthdays, engagement parties, school dances, or any other special event you may need a DJ for. We work with you to ensure that your entertainment is perfect for your event. At All About You DJ, your event is not only important to you, but it's also important to us. We want to make sure it is memorable for all those involved. All About You provides everything you need to make your wedding the event of your dreams, from dazzling photo booths to ensure your event is one your guests will never forget, to gorgeous uplighting to make your wedding photos pop. All About You offers several different packages to fit your needs. You could even ask for me, the Rob, to host your party. Check out our 5-star reviews on Google and on Facebook.com/AllAboutYouDJ. Give us a call at 812-402-0610 or check us out online at allaboutyoudj.com. If you'd like to advertise on the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West, please email the Rob's Podcast at gmail.com.
And you know you do.
Welcome to the show.
What's up?
13 and now? Are you 12 or 13?
I think it's 13.
I think it's 13
Yeah.
also. Welcome, Maddie.
Well, hello.
How are you?
Welcome. I've never been here before.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
We're good. It's so funny because as you were reading those spots, I had if you're watching on Facebook, you probably just saw me really have to hold back some laughter because I remember.
Well, usually we have the graphic over top. Of the commercials.
So no one got to see me laughing or smelling my own armpits.
Did I screw up something?
Well, I was smelling my own armpits and I was laughing at that because because I was like, I kind of stink.
I probably have the video recorded. I could go back and find it.
And just put it in right now. Here, ready? Cut to clip. Here's Maddie sniffing her armpits. And now, okay, so I was laughing because not because I was smelling my own armpits, even though I do kind of stink a little bit. I was laughing because as you're reading it, you had such enthusiasm, right? Which I know you're supposed to when you do stuff like that.
Sure.
But it reminded me of an interview we did on the radio once together about, it was like some local event that was going on. And he was talking about all of the points of entry.
Oh my God. How do we even, now we're allowed to talk about this.
He was really jazzed up. It was like some kind of
I remember the event.
Do we want to say it or no? Maybe
I don't
not.
care.
I don't care.
It was someone was coming in to promote, I believe it was Thunder on the Ohio.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know.
It was like a boat racing thing on the Ohio River.
Yeah, and I know that you walked the riverfront, it was outside.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying last year we had so many problems because no one could get in in a time efficient manner because there was only one entrance. He's like, but this year we're back.
I don't know if it could possibly be as funny for the listener as it was for us, but we laughed about this. This
for
was
months.
No. This was years because this was at the beginning of when you
Yeah.
started working here. We joked about this for the entire tenure.
And then
on the
they
radio.
would come back every year and promote it again. And then it would just be so hard not to just bust up laughing in the studio talking about it.
So whenever we would try to feign enthusiasm for something, which happened a lot in radio,
Yeah.
we would always, our keyword to
go-to.
make each other laugh was, and 5 points of entry. That's all we had to say.
Points of entry. And this guy that promoted him, I can't remember his name, but there was no problem with him. He was just really jazzed up with the fact.
And he was trying to make it something that was so exciting.
that was his selling point, was not one. He even said this on the radio. Not one, not two, but 5 points of entry at this year's Thunder on the Ohio. And we were rolling.
When we played it back, because we recorded it and then 10 minutes later we played it back. And when we played it back, we could talk amongst ourselves because it was recorded already and he wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how boring the interview was, but how hype this guy was.
About the entrance.
The point of entry and just boy, I mean, if you were thinking about doing anything else this weekend, how many points of entry does that place have? This place has 5.
You want to go to your mom's house? I bet she only has a front door and a back door. We have
5.
5. He
Not
even
one.
told us.
Yeah, that was just something we could always bring each other up with.
I know. And it's so funny because as you were reading that, I was like listening to your enthusiasm and I was like, he's killing this spot. And then I was like, it reminded me of us when we would jazz something up, when we would have to do the same thing on the radio, promote something.
Here, I can do another inside joke that I can say one word and
Will I
crack
pee
you up.
myself because I have a very weak bladder nowadays?
I'm going to say one word and crack Maddie up, and no one will understand that I'm not going to explain it. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Bovine. I got her.
We can't explain it. We'll go to hell. People
No,
can't know what we're talking about.
We don't need to explain that one. I just told you in one word. I can do it.
The thing is, the best part about that whole situation is I wasn't even there for it. I was like gone from work that day and you texted me something about bovine, and it's still to this day a term I use.
So, all right. Let's get to the real order.
Let's get to the meat here,
the real
people.
We're here. We just start the show talking about how our week was.
Can you just throughout the entire video or throughout this entire stream just kind of continuously cut back to me sniffing my armpits at random times?
I can do it every episode.
Yeah, you should.
I can make it like the very first screen of every, like, you know how like 20th Century Fox has like the
yeah, and it's like the Rob's podcast, Maddie West.
Yes, I will isolate that for you.
I can't wait. Thank you for that.
All right, how was your week?
It was awesome. How was yours?
Mine was fantastic.
Oh yeah, because
Dude.
I turned 1.
I have a 1-year-old.
Oh my gosh, he's the cutest freaking thing I've ever
Not
seen
only that,
too.
I may have the cutest 1-year-old.
You have the cutest 1-year-old I've ever seen.
I
have the cutest 2-year-old I've ever seen.
Yeah,
You have the
yours
cutest-
is adorable.
You have the cutest 1-year-old I've ever seen.
He is just the best. He loves life.
He does
and
just look so freaking happy.
He is. It's
I'm
all
like,
the
I
time.
want some of Brittany's boob milk because I'm like just convinced that it would like cure my anxiety and depression.
Well, I mean, if you really, really want some, we have plenty.
And you know I've tried it.
She killed breastfeeding, and she's still
So she even has like a surplus built up?
Yes.
Oh, that was never me. I had to pinch my nipples for the very last drop.
You told me the first time I saw you after Woodson was born that it was tough for you.
So hard.
And,
Never
like,
got I eventually gave up. Which I know they tell you not to do.
I was not prepared. Like, I know that's one of those things that like only a mother can do.
Right.
And it's part of like why there's that huge bond between a mother and child.
And it's so cool that your body can do that.
And it's just like,
But for a year,
she's
she's
still
still
going.
going.
And I learned that in like in the pregnancy world or the breastfeeding world, that's called the golden boobs.
Oh, when
Doing it for 1 year.
you
making it for
have
1
golden
year.
boobs. Mine are silicone.
We're off and running.
Actually, they're saline.
I was gonna say, all right, which
They're
are they?
saline. They're saline.
Okay.
Close enough.
I don't know which one's better. I don't know the difference really.
Well, so
but-
like silicone is kind of more of the porn star-esque vibe.
okay.
Saline's a little bit more natural looking, and also
Okay.
saline, if I pop one, is not nearly as, it's salt water. It's not like as,
Okay.
which I don't plan on popping one anytime soon. But
Kent does.
if it's, you never know. I mean, with some of these stories, it's surprising why I haven't yet. But I think when silicone pops, it can be pretty dangerous if it gets into your like system.
Probably. I mean,
Either way,
yeah, I don't know.
Worth it.
I'm talking like I know. I know nothing.
All I know is they're not golden.
Okay. Yes. And my wife's are golden. For
Yeah,
sure.
good for her. And she spent no money.
Oh yeah. No money on boobs.
No money on boobs. Those are just her natural golden boobs.
And they're fantastic.
And they're
still.
great.
Yeah. I'm still crazy. But as
I'm so
crazy,
crazy
as I was
about-
on the day I met. As the day we met.
And now they've just got a little heritage to them. I like it.
Yeah. Now they're giving my son life, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, they got even better.
They got better.
I remember one
Who knew
time.
boobs could ever get better? Well, I mean, I knew that boobs could get better because I literally had just nipples beforehand.
I remember
but-
early in Will's life, I was like, I was like trying to annoy her, and I was like, boy, it's so crazy that like those things that God made to be sexually attractive to us men
can also
be the life giver to our, like, that's just so crazy that their function is like twofold like that. It's
Right.
crazy. And she probably threw a bottle at me or something. I did have one funny behind the scenes story from the birthday party. If
Yeah.
you wanted to hear it.
Oh,
the
of
party
course.
was perfect.
It looked so cute.
You know, we social distance with just some family and
Right.
like just a handful of close friends.
Yeah.
Will had a smash cake
I saw that.
that he just like he knew what to do with it.
Yeah.
He knew, and not only that, once he smashed it, He was dying laughing.
Oh.
Feeding it to his mom and I.
Yeah.
He was just he liked smashing it.
Yeah.
He loved feeding it to his mom.
I love that.
It was the best.
Woodson doesn't share anything anymore.
And he was dressed in full Mickey Mouse attire.
I saw.
Including shirtless suspenders, just like
so cute.
and the bow tie.
I love that you guys ran with the Mickey Mouse thing because you said he loves Mickey Mouse
adores
Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse, yeah. So all the gifts are Mickey Mouse, and
Yeah.
it's just like, and there's plenty of Mickey stuff to go. So it's a good thing for him to be in love with,
Right.
But so we did that, and we sung to him. And
What was your behind the scenes thing?
all right? So Chip, my mom and Chip came in.
Did they?
It was so great. It was a short trip,
yeah.
But I was so happy they.
I
made it
couldn't
in for
tell
it.
by the photos if they were actually in here or if it was like some throwback photos. I couldn't really
They
tell.
got in Saturday,
Yeah.
and they left early Tuesday. So it was a real short
Oh,
trip.
they just turned around quick. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was so happy they were here for it.
Yeah.
So Chip and I were tasked with picking up some things before the wedding. I'm sorry, before the party.
Mm-hmm.
We had to get a birthday cake. Here's the order we had to go in. Birthday cake, which is already ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Just pick it up.
Yeah.
Balloons,
Mm-hmm.
which were already ordered. Just go pick them up. And then the pizza, which is already ordered. Just go pick it up.
Okay.
One of those things went awry.
Uh-oh.
Which one do you think it was?
Well, I know that you got the cake because he had the cake in the photos.
Okay.
I'm going to say the balloons.
Okay. So go.
Because I feel like balloons are the least important in this situation. Everybody wants the food and the cake, but I feel like balloons are maybe they slip your mind.
So we go to Walmart, pick up the cake that
Yeah.
was already ordered.
Yeah. Okay. So cake, check. Got
So
it.
far, so good. Brittany tells me don't forget the smash cake. It's a separate cake.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Got them both. They look right. Get in the car. It's already paid for.
Leave.
Off to the party store. I won't name the specific one.
Okay. Well,
pick up
there's
the-
not too many.
Go pick up. Okay. Go pick up the balloons.
Yeah.
They bring it right out to our car, curbside. Chip runs in, tells him our name. He's like, okay, got it. We'll bring it right out to your car.
They just bring your balloons out.
Throw the balloons into the car. It takes
Yeah.
up my whole trunk or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, they
but,
terrify me when they're in the car with you.
whatever.
Oh, I'm so scared of them. They're
We
gonna
drive
pop
off to the next place, which is clear across town.
for the pizzas.
We tried the new Dante's pizza. I believe it's new.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I actually had it whenever I was in Nashville, and then they were like, "Oh, they just made one, or they're building one in Evansville," and it was excellent when I had it in Nashville.
Hold on, I believe this is not a chain at all.
Oh, then maybe I'm thinking of the wrong place.
This is I think you probably because I believe
It starts with a D though as well, and it's
Are you talking about Donato's? You're talking about Donato's.
maybe
Donato's
maybe.
is good too.
It was excellent pizza.
They're right down here. They're literally right down the corner from us.
Oh, okay, then that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's good too. But
Great
Dante's
pizza.
is great. Dante's is locally owned.
Okay.
The guy, he was like a fixture in town. He worked, I forget which bar. I want to say Pistons. I think it was
Okay.
Pistons. And he had like a cult following there.
Does he have really long dreadlocks?
Yes.
Yes. He was the cook at Pistons forever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he, I believe he is Dante.
Yeah.
And I believe he owns this pizza place.
Oh, well, good for him.
And his pizza's great.
Okay, well, that's where I have to go literally tonight now that I know that.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Yeah.
Especially for like tavern style pizza. So
Listen, there is not a pizza, not a single
Right.
pizza I've ever had that I didn't like.
we get home,
Besides Domino's.
we bring the you eating on Domino's now?
Besides Domino's. Just a
Domino's.
little. They're on the bottom of my list
Try of
of
think
any
of-
pizza that I've ever had.
all right, I'll get back to that later.
Okay.
So we get back, we bring the cake in the house.
Yep.
Bring the balloons out back. We bring the cake in the house, and somebody says
Uh-oh.
Barbie.
Oh no.
For some reason, the balloons that were supposed to be Mickey Mouse came back into
Oh,
our car
no.
as Barbie. And everyone's calling
You
us.
didn't even notice.
Everyone's calling us stupid idiots because we picked up Barbie. We didn't see. They just threw them in our car.
Yeah, they just put them
you
in
know,
there.
We didn't.
There's
you
like
know,
50 million in there.
and yeah, there's only like one big centerpiece balloon. It's covered around all these other colored balloons.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, we had no idea. We had to go back across town because
Oh my gosh, and the poor
They gave
little
us-
girl that was supposed to have the Barbie balloons probably, what the hell?
yeah, I don't care about Mickey Mouse.
Who cares about Mickey Mouse? I'm 7.
So I'm sure I'll be hearing about that for literally as long as I live.
I wouldn't have noticed either if they just put them in the back of my car. I just would have drove off too. I'd been like, listen, I told you my name. You got me my
Yeah,
stuff.
and plus I didn't order them. My wife
So
did.
we're
so
two
I,
dudes picking up some Barbie balloons. What's wrong with that?
Exactly. Everyone was wearing mouse ears at the party. It was just like it was the.
It
best.
looked so cute. And you guys even had like your little mom and dad Mickey Mouse shirts on, which was cute because for Woodson's second birthday, it was like construction themed and it was like crew mom and crew dad. And I always said like, I'll never do that. And then we did.
Oh, no.
And he was just like, look at your shirt.
I
It's
eat
got
up
a
any
look
opportunity I can to be like the goofy.
like the we all wear matching shirts kind of family.
I wore that shirt to every one of those errands.
Yeah.
You know, I can't wait. And I know we're wearing it again.
I still have my shirt too. It's in my drawer.
We're taking some pictures with Kevin Brown. He's going to take our pictures this weekend. Like,
No, I can't wait.
well, he's taking our pictures on Thursday,
Oh, and he's taking your family photos as well.
on Sunday.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so
cool.
we're doing a different deal with him too. So it's like
Love that. Cool.
And like we've never got professional photos of Will taken ever. So
Oh, how cute.
And I never stopped hearing it. Never get the end of it.
What? That you never got photos taken with him?
Brittany's been wanting to do it for a long time.
Well, I
now.
mean, gosh, he's just now a year and COVID's been 6 months of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that kind of, I don't blame you.
So-
we're getting family photos done too. The same people that photographed our wedding is going to do our family photos this year.
You gave me the same. Oh, okay. They did a great
so
job on your wedding.
Excellent.
Yeah, they killed it.
Excellent. Yes. Linda she's incredible. We had patent photography do it and she was awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you want to photograph my family forever now? And she's like, sure.
So people who did our engagement photos for our wedding did for our wedding.
Your engagement photos for
We're
what?
doing another photo shoot in December. So
Oh, cool,
I
yeah.
have 3 photo shoots for the rest of this year,
Yeah.
and that's way too much for my face. That's just like
I can't wait for hours. I can't wait for hours. I'm excited.
I'm
for
excited
that.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get one thing we need to work on is like our cover photos got to get updated because
Yeah, we just need some material for our websites and stuff.
But
yeah.
like you're wearing the black and white now. I love the black and white motif.
yeah.
That
Oh,
we
it's a
have.
good thing you reminded me because I would have totally forgot.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to.
No,
like,
that's
be
fine
like,
with me.
because the radio station used to tell me like
You have
I
to wear
remember
gray. Yeah. Everybody
one of
wear
our photo
gray.
shoots. You remember this story? I remember I was like, he's like, wear whatever you want to wear, just, whatever. And then I get there and the boss is like, you're not wearing jeans, are you? And then literally every other person in the photo, including that person, was wearing jeans. And I was just like, I hate this place. And I do.
I know.
I have so much hatred.
I know.
For them.
Oh, but I'm excited for our photo shoot. I can't wait for you guys to see the photos and stuff. It's gonna be fun.
But yeah, I'm excited for that too, and
Yeah.
to get some updated look to the Facebook and stuff.
Get
So,
ready for it.
Yeah, for real. So that's thanks for Kevin for helping out with that too.
Absolutely.
You gave me a few things to ask you about.
Excuse me.
Which one do you want first?
I don't care.
Okay. You
I'm a little
told me,
messed up about all of it, to be honest.
Let's start with Epstein.
Okay. So I started and finished the Epstein documentary on Netflix.
I want to watch this, but I don't think my wife does, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to see.
Okay, listen. Watch it. Watch it. It is like I would compare it so closely to the R. Kelly documentary. Like
She didn't watch that.
they reminded me so much of each other, like the shit that's going on that these people are getting away with because they're rich and famous. So last episode, we talked about, I believe it was last episode, the episode before, we talked about like, do you think that there really is like this pedophilia ring that's going on among the rich and famous?
Mm-hmm.
There is. Like there is.
Now you're starting to telling my Facebook.
There just is. And these girls in this documentary will tell you like, one's like, there just is. And so whenever I originally thought of like,
so it's credible.
Yes. Oh, 110%. I mean, there's like 50, 60, 70, 80 women that are like, yeah, me too. The whole Me Too movement, they're like, me too. It was so well done. And it's actually, I believe, directed by James Patterson, which is cool. He's like one of my favorite authors, which is really cool. And I guess now he's in filmmaking, which is neat. But it's so well done. And these girls that they come on there and they share like their experiences, you're just like, how in the world did this dude get away with this? I mean, these girls are like 14, 15, 16 years old. And like, they all have the exact same story, like the exact same things that he did to them to kind of like, but whenever I was thinking like pedophilia ring, not that these girls weren't children when it happened because they were, but I was thinking like way, way younger.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's like they almost got away with doing it to these girls because they were like 16, 17-year-old girls, some were as young as 12 or 14. But then they would bring their friends. And like his whole thing was like he would pay them to give him massages, in air quotes, which would always lead to something sexual. And so these girls would recruit their friends like, hey, you want to make like $200? You just got to go give this old dude a massage. And they're like, okay. And then it just, like the ripple effect of this. And then they brought their friends and they brought their friends. But of course he like had his favorites that he groomed. And like he would take them to like, I mean, they're like 16-year-old girls and he's like flying them to his private island. And I'm like, where are their parents? And it's just like,
How did this not blow, or did it blow up?
Is
that why he went to jail?
Yeah, but like Bill Clinton's there and Donald Trump's there and all these other people.
What is there?
Like with Epstein on his properties, at his houses, when all these other younger girls are around and all this stuff.
So do you know it's when those girls are there?
Yes, these girls will be like, I was forced to have sex with Prince Charles.
Shut up.
I swear to God, I watched this and I was just like, how did this dude get away with it for so long? I mean, he eventually did go to jail, but it was just like, I mean, the jail sentence they gave him was like insane.
What's his, is he a businessman?
So he's like a money manager for the extremely rich. Or he
Gotcha.
was, and people just trusted him with their finances.
So-
He ended up being like billionaire with a B. He was a legit billionaire.
The names you mentioned already, Trump, Clinton, whoever, do you think they did pedophile stuff?
Yes, absolutely, 110%.
Do you think Oprah and Ellen did pedophile stuff?
No, I didn't see any of that in there.
Okay.
But just knowing how rich and famous these people are, and then like, so this dude, Epstein goes to jail for soliciting prostitution from minors, which that's what they called it. And these girls in this video were like, we're not prostitutes. Like, we were children. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, semantics, but okay.
It's just like a whole thing. You know what I mean? But it's like, they were like, they just like labeled us prostitutes to like make it seem okay. You know what I mean? Like what he was doing was like, oh, well, they're just prostitutes, you know, so they're underage, you know, or whatever. They just try to downplay it. But yeah, these girls are like, oh yeah, like, you know, Epstein and Trump are like, you know, just having like a dinner date together and all these young girls are around. And it's like Clinton, which we all kind of knew that like that was kind of like a conspiracy that Clinton was going to, the whole Clinton family was going to be exposed. But then also like Epstein's girlfriend would be like the sole recruiter of these girls. And she would like coach them through it. Okay, when he turns over during his massage, then that's when you have to, you know, go down on him. And you have to do for the prince like what you do for Epstein. And she would like coach these
Isn't the prince still alive?
Yes!
How does...
And not in jail. I don't fucking understand it. I'm really messed up about this. Remember I told you, I said, listen, if I'm going to watch the Epstein documentary, I really have to be in the mental place for it because it will really screw me up. Here I am, screwed up.
Boy, so, I mean, I just dabbled in it last week or 2 episodes ago when I don't remember when we talked about it, but
Bonkers.
Man. So you're all in.
I'm all in. There is a pedophilia ring going on among the rich and famous.
You heard it?
With young girls.
You heard it from Maddie's mouth.
You did. I mean, there's just,
cow.
at first I'd be like, okay, if it's 1 or 2, I'm like, okay, not that I don't believe these girls' story, because as a woman, you know, I don't believe in crying rape. You know, I would hope that as a woman you wouldn't do that. You know, and I'm sure there is plenty that have, don't get me wrong. But it's like...
I fell for Jussie Smollett. Jussie.
But there's so many of them that have literally the exact same story. Like that's just like his MO. That's what he does. You go in there and you start as his masseuse. And
I'm assuming you don't think he killed himself?
I don't know about that. I don't think so, because by watching all this footage in this documentary, he really, of course, is really gung-ho that he's innocent. He's like, yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Never had sex with an underage girl in my life. And there's this like 14-year-old girl. It's like, excuse me. You made me blow you in your massage room. You know, and it is go watch it.
All right.
Go watch it. It's only like 4 episodes, like an hour long each. And I've watched it over the course of the last few days.
All right, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
I really want to see this.
You should.
Okay.
It will really like open your eyes and you're like, damn, maybe there is, because after this dude went to jail, he just went back out and everybody was like, hey, Epstein, how you been? And you're like, in jail for pedophilia. Stop talking to him.
Didn't he die in jail?
Yeah, so you'll just have to watch it. He was in and out of legal trouble.
On.
Yeah.
What is your social media crisis?
Okay, here's another crisis I'm having. I really think I'm spending too much time on my cell phone.
Okay.
I think, and I'm going to say it here for the public to hear, that I'm addicted to social media.
Okay.
I think I'm addicted to my smartphone.
Okay, I think that's very big of you to admit and possible.
Okay, so I'm on social media all the time. Now, I'm not ever really like engaging on social media. I'm not really ever commenting on a whole lot or liking a whole lot. I'm just mindlessly scrolling, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I just circulate. And so being a stay-at-home mom at the moment. It's especially bad because I'm home all day and I'm bored. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I should be playing with my kid.
Okay.
When I'm scrolling on my phone. Not that I don't play with my kid, because I do. So Apple does it, or iPhones do this thing where they like show you like your, I don't know if Androids do, like your
your usage.
yeah, like your screen time. And then it breaks it down, like this is how much you spent on social media, this is how much you spent on this is how much you spent on this. And I was spending, like, my average is like 6 hours a day on my phone. Like 6 consecutive hours by the time you count. Every time I picked up and looked at my phone and did something on it that has to do with social media or messaging or whatever, Snapchat, Facebook, you name it. 6 hours?
That's a good bit.
That's a long time. That's like 6 hours that I could be like literally doing anything else.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good bit of time.
And I know like Woodson takes a nap, and usually while he's napping is when I'm scrolling through my phone, or I always let him watch whatever he wants to watch on the big TV. So I'm just usually on my phone because I don't want to watch Blippi.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? For the
understandable.
500th time. But at the same time, that means Woodson's getting close to 6 hours of screen time a day too, which is way too much for his little 2-year-old self.
That depends.
I just feel like, okay, so say 4 hours of me being on my phone was while he was napping or something like that, or after he goes to bed. That's still him just sitting in front of a TV for like 2 straight hours.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that just makes me feel like a bad mom.
I see where you're coming from. Don't
I think
beat
I'm
yourself
addicted
up,
to my phone though. Okay, so this is what I've done. So I deleted TikTok. And
Did
yeah,
you?
yeah. And I deleted Twitter because those were the two that I could just scroll.
I don't even touch Twitter.
And I really don't either, other than just to read what other people are doing.
I've never used TikTok.
And well, TikTok, it really is entertaining. It's like these funny short little videos. I would like look up from my phone and I've been scrolling and watching these little 30-second, 1-minute videos for an hour. Like,
Yeah, it
just,
seems like a lot.
it's a lot. And it's like, it just, time gets away from you when you're doing that. And I'm like, I just need to start doing other shit. I need new hobbies. So then I just watched the whole Epstein documentary. I'm like, yes, less screen time, more Netflix.
So what do you propose? Are you going to quit anything, or what's the plan?
I don't know, because I feel like the next step, and the only reason I
You can't just quit your phone.
Right, I know, yeah. And I enjoy social media, and I have a presence on social media as part of this podcast. It's just part of just me as a person anyway. I enjoy interacting with people on social media and stuff too, and I kind of have an obligation to a sense as well. But if I had to pick the next one to go, it would be Facebook. And I only say that because Facebook would be the easiest for me to let go, because all y'all ever share is bad news. You know what I mean? People always share bad news or news articles that are not accurate, or conspiracy theories that make you look stupid. Other than the fact that there is a child pedophile ring going on among the rich and famous, that is not a conspiracy theory. That's facts. But it's like, Kent's like, every time you look at Facebook, you're always like depressed about something, because it's always like a depressing news article or someone like bitching about their baby daddy, or, which is entertaining. It's entertaining, but it's like, I feel like there's never like good news on Facebook. It's always like sad things. Okay. And then I'll get like my little blurb of like Will's first birthday. And I'm like, oh, how cute. Look at all these cute little photos. And then it'll be like, somebody died, mass shooting, which I'm not, obviously you need to stay informed on stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it is a way of like gathering news, but it's like, it just kind of bums me out sometimes.
So I have a story that I'm going to give to you in like the newsy part of the show that will kind of circle back to this.
Okay.
But so let me unpack a bit of what you said. So when I'm at home, I'm almost never on Facebook. I can keep it open here at work and keep up with people.
Yeah.
And
it is a good way to keep up with people, especially family and stuff like that.
Yeah. At home, I try to be as invested with my wife and son as much as I possibly can.
Yes, I need to do more of that.
But you're home all day.
Yeah.
You know, Brittany and I, and then I feel bad because like sometimes I'll get a little huffy puffy because we're trying to watch something, or you know, and Brittany's focuses on her phone. I'm just like, come on, but she can't use it at work the way I can. Yeah. So like, I try to be more understanding about it. But yeah, it's interesting. Like
6 hours is a long time. A day?
Yeah, it's a good bit.
A day?
You're also home the whole.
I know. One, I'm sleeping for like 8 of those, but you know,
it's true. Okay.
You know, but it's still, so like during my awake hours, 6 hours of that on the phone.
Well, only you can prevent forest fires, Maddie.
By not having gender reveals in the desert.
That's not what I meant. If you, I mean, if you want changes, make changes.
I'm going to start focusing more. Because then the other day I asked Woodson, I'm like, you want to go outside? You want to go play outside? And he's like, no, Blippy. He just wants to sit and watch TV. And that's cool with me. I'm not one of those parents that's no screen time or limiting screen time.
That's the thing is, well, I guess there can be too much. I'm a little more lenient as far as.
But sometimes he'll say things he'll say oval, he'll point to an oval and he'll say oval. I didn't teach him that.
TV did.
You know what I mean? TV did. And that hurts me because I'm home with him all freaking day. He should be learning from me.
Well, you can learn from Sesame Street what the shapes are.
Right, yeah. And I don't have a problem with that, but I just feel like I should be teaching him more. Or I should be the first one to teach him. And these things should just help.
It's encouraging that you recognize that there's a problem because that's the first step. And if you want to make it better, put your phone down more.
I'm going to. I've done really good today. I've done pretty good.
Awesome. That makes me happy.
But it is such an instinct, to just when there's just an awkward moment or a down moment, it's my first instinct to pick up my phone. I'm put it down and just live.
You mentioned how because this show does kind of live on social media.
Right, I do have an obligation to a sense to stay put.
Yeah, I like how we premiere it on Facebook.
So fun.
And then you can be part of that conversation if you want to, so to speak. And then it lives on other places forever too. And our downloads for streaming services Podbean and Google and Apple stuff, those are all really strong too.
Keep doing it.
But one thing I loved is because you said we do have a social media presence on Facebook and stuff, and you handle that stuff. But one thing that I've been loving about this, as opposed to radio, was radio never figured out how to do social media. They forced the creativity. They made you post at certain times.
Right.
And a lot of those posts would just die. And it made you look out of touch, I feel like. Whereas for us, we can just post when we have good shit.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they should have done.
It's not shoved down your throat.
Correct, yeah. It's not forced creativity. It's,
It's hey, this is something really cool to have. Hey, Maddie got married. Here's a picture from Maddie's wedding.
The quick hit from this week was a goat named Wanda.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. I shared it. Yeah. That story is still so funny. It's still so funny.
I like that too.
I wonder what Wanda's up to nowadays. I hope she's well.
I got two great ones from our last episode, but I like to make them wait.
Yeah.
So
and just drop them on people just when you're feeling spicy.
Yeah. So the last that goat named one, I think it's from episode 3.
Yeah.
And then I'll do one from episode 4 next week.
I know some of these I forget about these conversations.
Yeah,
entirely.
that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So
and I go back and I'm like, oh my God, that was hysterical.
If they make you laugh, please feel free to share them with your friends.
Yeah, keep downloading, keep sharing, keep liking, keep subscribing.
This episode of the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West is brought to you by Gooden Consulting.
Oh, yeah.
If you are a tri-state business owner, especially lately, I'm sure you know how difficult it can be to keep everything going when your computers, networks, servers, and IT aren't working properly. Gooden Consulting wants to take those stresses off of your plate and be your friend in the IT world. Gooden Consulting oversees the IT for many businesses here in Evansville so that those companies don't have to worry about their networks failing, data breaches, computer viruses, secure backup, and much more. Gooden Consulting offers 24/7 system monitoring, providing you with true peace of mind, less downtime for you as they identify and solve problems before they even happen, fewer disruptions as they can provide most services remotely and overnight, predictable budgeting as they will work with you to create a monthly flat rate for an all-inclusive IT service that monitors all of your company's hardware and software. Even if you're working from home, Gooden Consulting can help keep your machines and information safe by establishing and maintaining reliable VPNs. They have 5 points of entry. Join the growing number of tri-state doctors' offices, dentist offices, law firms, realty groups, and other local businesses that have let Gooden Consulting be their friend in the IT world. Call Cody at 812-402-0611 or visit goodenconsulting.com. If you would like to advertise on the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West,
don't even think about it unless you have 5 points of entry.
Email the Rob's Podcast at gmail.com. You want to do some news?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I broke stuff down into categories. Let's start with some celebrity stuff.
Okay, I'm ready.
So Kanye, there's some stories I feel like is our beat.
Yeah.
And we've been covering Kanye.
Who would have known I'd wander my way back into journalism all this time later?
He walked on water at one of his Sunday services a week ago. And what are we doing? Let's see.
Kanye, what is you doing, boo-boo?
He obviously didn't literally walk on water. He said that there were kind of invisible platforms below the surface, but that was the look they were going for. Kim Kardashian is all in on this.
Oh.
She was sharing videos on her social media about this. Some more notes about Kanye. He has reportedly spent almost $7 million on his presidential campaign.
Jesus.
But here's the thing. he spent all that money and he's only made the ballot in 10 states.
I was going to say, I knew it wasn't that many.
Makes him mathematically, even if he wins those 10 states, he still can't win.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
$7 million. You could have done so much for so many people with $7 million.
He had a quote, "As for the disqualification, I need to turn this all into a lesson for my growth and evolution as a player and as a human being."
So he was disqualified?
Well, I mean, I think he might still be on the ballot in those 10 states, but he can't win. He
Right.
apologized for his behavior. He also said that he needs steroids injections from too much texting. I don't know what's going on with him, but I just wanted to...
We don't know what's going on with Kanye. And, you know, I don't think Kanye knows what's going on with Kanye. I don't think Kim knows what's going on with Kanye. I just hope that he gets like some serious intervention. If I start acting like that, if I need steroid shots from being on social media too much,
Go ahead.
then, you know, just let me know, like, Maddie, maybe it's not the social media. Maybe it's you.
Maybe it could be a you thing.
Maybe it's time to reach back out to that counselor that you couldn't afford whenever you lost your health insurance. And maybe it's time to see what she's up to.
So I'll just say, as someone who made the experience in this field, don't put it on your show co-host to tell you when you're batshit crazy.
Do you have experience in that?
Speaking of this,
Have you worked with somebody batshit crazy before?
just don't. Let's just.
Sorry, I was thirsty.
I'm trying not to. Trying not to engage this.
You're being very big.
Speaking of Kim, it was announced earlier this week. It was very big news. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is ending.
I know. It does make me a little bit sad because I do like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I keep up with them.
I know you do.
I keep up with them. I follow all of them on social media.
I feel like this could be a good thing for our world.
I wonder what it's going to do for them, though, because that literally is how they stay relevant.
They're going to stay relevant because they have become
They've
the
made
queens
it.
of social media.
Yeah, they've made it.
They've made it, exactly. But I feel like, and it's not them necessarily, it's the consumers of them. It's the people who feed them that I think are an ugly splotch on our world today.
I think so. I think, like you said, I think it will do more good than it does bad. Like, you know, I'm sad to see it go because, I mean, they've been around for so long. Like, whenever I was little, Kendall and Kylie were little. You know, I'm like, look at us all adults now. And look how you're a billionaire and I'm still here.
I just don't like them. And now, because I don't like them doesn't mean that they shouldn't have a show. Like,
Right.
I get that.
There's plenty of people that don't deserve shows that have shows.
Right. But here's the thing is like, now they have weight. And now their words mean things.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they've made a generation of girls dumber.
Okay.
And less, what's the word I want to use? Their soul is weaker because the Kardashians have influenced them.
Well, I think the Kardashians have really influenced like the entirety of social media and social influencers and women and the perception of women. And you have to look like this and do these things to be desirable, to be pretty, to be listened to be powerful, to be rich. Yeah.
And that's ugly to me.
Yeah.
They were never able to embrace flaws. They had to surgically correct them.
Well, listen, step aside, Kardashians.
Well, I mean,
It's me.
Look, Maddie grew up with Kylie.
Bitch. Get out of my way, Kim.
So, yeah, what's your comment? I know you're a bigger fan of them than I am.
Yeah, I do keep up with the Kardashians. Not on cable because I don't have cable, as everyone knows. But I did watch it up until, you know, I didn't have cable anymore.
Okay.
And I keep up with them all on social media. So there's really nothing that's ever happening in their lives that I'm not aware of. And because they are every celebrity news. Like if something is going on with the Kardashians, that's the story of the hour. You know what I mean?
And it's just sad.
So I do hope them going off air makes them just a little bit more irrelevant. I do hope it does, just a bit, because I'm like, they've got to want to like live their own lives too, right? I mean, maybe not, but I'd be so tired of like just being that exposed all the time.
It's like
maybe it gives them a little
there's
privacy.
Like a lot of people who feel like they can be, their job can be Instagram, and like I just hope that my son isn't like that. Like I hope that my son's like, I kind of want to do a job,
Right.
and
Or
not
have a skill or have like a talent.
Yeah.
And like really explore that.
And like I hate that, like when I see the word influencer, it makes me want to vomit. And that exists because of the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And that's
They kind of set that bar for
it's
sure.
part of what's wrong with, I don't know, I want to say Gen Z or millennials or whatever you want to call them, but that's part of what's wrong.
Yeah.
Is they think that's a career path.
Right.
And it's just gross.
And you got to understand that career path, realistically speaking, works for a whole lot less people than it works for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the percentage of people that actually make it doing something like that or make a living or make a killing off of it, slim.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Slim. You really got to sell yourself on OnlyFans if you want to make it.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't show your nipple on Instagram.
Right.
You know, so
head on over.
Head on over to OnlyFans. Ellen DeGeneres says she's going to talk about, that's another one of the stories we've kind of owned.
Yeah.
She will address the toxic allegations on her show.
She absolutely has to.
It's going to be on, I believe it will be episode 1.
She's got to. There is no way that she can start her show back up and not address it first thing.
So then that's going to be Monday, September 21st.
Okay, so that's coming up.
Right, yeah. I want to hear how she handled. I'm sure it's going to be done in the most Ellen way possible.
I know, but I really want it from her, but I don't think we'll necessarily get it from her. I really want her to be like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get that. We're going to be like, it's been brought to my attention. We're working on it. You know what? It's going to be one of those. And I'm like, no, I want you to sit down and be like, I've been a toxic ass bitch. That's what I want.
I've been a
Own
tab.
your shit.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm curious to see how she will. Here's what I know. She said, quote, I can't wait to get back to work and back to our studio. Yes, we're going to talk about it, referencing the toxic workplace allegations. The show is parted ways with 3 producers. Other than that, no major changes have been disclosed. A British tabloid had a news story this week.
Okay.
A former employee said that Ellen, quote, tormented the staff who worked in her house. She supposedly put out, they'll use the word traps to make sure that they were cleaning everything. So like she would leave like a fake mess, maybe like, you know, behind the TV or somewhere that they would never think to look, just to like trap them and like, hey, you didn't clean behind the candelabra or whatever.
Oh my gosh. What's a candelabra?
That's like a thing that holds a candle.
Oh, it has a name?
Yeah, a candelabra.
I like it.
I think it holds like many candles, but like
I like that.
kind of like a menorah, but not a
Candelabra.
menorah.
Snuffleupagus.
And there's also that when they would get busted not cleaning these traps, she would take pleasure in firing them. You know, kind of like the radio station.
That's a little fucked up.
I mean, let's be real.
Leah?
I heard literally Chad was masturbating on the phone when he fired you.
Whoop, there it is. Wow. Okay, so that is... I don't like that. I feel like she does, and I've thought this on her show too, like even referencing like the Mariah Carey thing where she's like, oh, if you're not pregnant, then take this drink of champagne or whatever. I feel like she just feels very entitled to people's personal information, and because she is Ellen, you owe her something. Like I've always got that kind of vibe from her.
It's just so crazy because she had this flawless reputation.
Right.
It was so flawless.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was a time like in like 2016 where it's like, if she ran for president, she would have won.
Right.
Because she was beloved.
Yeah.
And now all this is happening. It's like, you're right. When you have money, it's just like, it's
You
so
can
easy to
just get
cover
what
it
you
up.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get what you want.
So
To be rich and famous and powerful.
I know you like Travis Scott.
I do.
Did you see he's got a McDonald's meal?
I saw this. This is
Okay.
I'm probably going to go through a fast food drive-through soon.
Do you want to get the Travis Scott?
Yeah, I know it's got bacon on it, which is exciting.
It does. The actual meal, it's modeled after his particular favorite McDonald's order.
Okay.
I guess when he goes to McDonald's, he orders a quarter pounder with cheese with bacon and lettuce, a medium fry, and barbecue dipping sauce with a Sprite.
Okay.
Costs about $6.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
It's only going to be available for a limited time. Started earlier this week.
Okay.
It's going to run through October 4th. And you can technically get this meal anytime you want, but during this period of time, some of the proceeds of this meal will benefit a charity.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so
That's exciting.
It's a cool deal. I
Oh,
didn't know if you
I'll
had
eat
any
it.
thoughts.
I'll eat McDonald's for sure. I don't
mind
really need
McDonald's.
I don't really need an excuse to eat McDonald's. I can do it
Same.
whenever I want. But
You talk like this, but I don't think you eat fast food.
I
very much at
don't
all.
ever eat fast food, to be honest.
Yeah, I like fast.
I did have McDonald's for breakfast the other day,
What'd you have?
like a little biscuit.
With anything on or just a biscuit?
Yeah, it was a biscuit with sausage on it. That's it.
Did it have egg?
No,
Did it have cheese?
no, it had egg.
Okay, so you had a sausage.
No cheese.
No cheese?
No cheese or sauce or anything.
How was it?
It was awesome.
So how do you not like
I would do it again in
how
a
do
heartbeat.
you like because I may have the fast food addiction. Like
Yeah.
here's I can put my phone down, no problem. But
Yeah.
you're like, how do you eat that? And then not be like the next time you pass through one.
Not be like, yeah, I
not
want to
wanna
get that
swerve
again.
off to the side of the road and stop.
I don't know. I'm always
envy
like,
that.
I have avocado toast at home. It's fucking sad.
I can't stand avocado.
I made some kick-ass guac the other day. I've just been putting that shit on everything.
Someone in my family thought that his smash cake, because it kind of became like this greenish grayish glob at the
Yeah.
end. I believe it was my aunt thought it was guacamole he was playing in. I was like, what an interesting thought that was.
Well, right over your head, girlfriend.
So we told you earlier, I told you a few weeks ago about Dr. Dre and how his wife is they're getting divorced.
Oh, yeah. And doesn't he have 7 bajillion children?
Dr. Dre?
Yeah.
don't
Right.
think-
Wasn't he on our list of people with a bunch of kids?
I don't think so. I might be wrong, but I don't think so.
Okay.
However, I told you he's got like potentially the most expensive divorce coming
Yes.
up.
Because he's like a billionaire.
His wife is asking for.
Oh,
You ready for it?
I'm ready.
$2 million per month
Oh,
in temporary support
in a month.
every month. That's what she needs to
Support her lifestyle.
correct. Your
I don't even
thoughts.
have a lifestyle. Like if I divorce Kent, he would have to pay me $0
to maintain your lifestyle.
because I don't have one. I don't even go to fast food.
It's a bad time to be.
She's not going to get $2 million a month. That is laughable.
I don't think it is. If he's worth billions,
Oh, I guess that's
And
true.
it's
But
also-
how long?
it also says temporary support, so I don't know what that means.
I mean, it's temporary, but how long is temporary?
Thank you, Maddie.
Temporary, guys. Means that it's
What's this temp-
it means temporary.
I don't know how long that means. Is what I'm trying
Right.
to say.
I think that's what I was also trying to say when I said temporary means temporary. Temporary means for a temporary amount of time.
Temporary support means support that's temporary.
For a temporarily amount of time.
It is a bad time to be a one-hit wonder on like a pop music station from the past few years, because check this out. And I realized a lot of people didn't see this story. I guess it didn't make big news. Did you hear about the guy, you know Blanco Brown?
Yes.
He sang the Get Up. Gonna get the two-step and cowboy boogie, that song.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks, bad ones.
I didn't mind that song, but whatever.
Oh, well, did you have to do it like all over social media?
That was right before I got fired, or
Yeah.
right after I got fired.
Yep, and I had to do it.
Oh, you had to dance.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Because
It was-
every other radio station was
Yeah,
dancing.
it was awesome.
I saw your
And they
dance,
told
too.
me that it was like for some kind of charity, and I don't ever really remember that happening. I don't
Don't
know.
even get me started on that.
Yes, I know Blanco Brown. Continue.
Do you know he's in critical condition?
Why?
He had a head-on car crash.
Oh my gosh, that's sad.
It was near his home in Atlanta. It was I believe it was on Labor Day.
Wow.
He suffered significant injuries. He underwent a 12-hour surgery. There's still more surgery expected to happen. His family is asking for prayers at this time.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
It's supposed to be a very serious situation.
Well, yeah, especially like with all the surgeries and stuff. That's horrible.
And then I also saw Silento. You know him? Silento.
I don't think so.
Watch me whip.
Oh,
Watch me nay.
yeah.
Watch me whip. Watch me nay. Watch me do it.
I could have been the ad libs.
He is facing felony charges for threatening people with a hatchet.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
Somebody that creates an aggressive little dance like that for sure could be wielding a
I don't
hatchet.
know if it's is it aggressive?
I've seen somebody really people
Isn't
whip
the
it.
whip like supposed to be like driving a car? Isn't that what that?
I
was?
have
Not
no
like
idea.
punching?
No, it means whipping a hatchet.
Apparently. Joe Exotic is not having fun in prison. He
Oh, is he not?
you know, I need you to explain something to me for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
But he says he got sexually assaulted in prison, and is begging President Trump for a pardon. So, okay, here's my question. I did not watch Tiger King. I learned from this past
Oh,
week's
you
Quick
didn't?
Hit that you did.
I did, yeah.
I did not. So I know that like the big story is Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Yeah.
Why is Joe Exotic in jail?
Oh, because of all the stuff he was doing at like his sanctuary with the tigers and stuff, it was like illegal. And then he hired a hit on Carol Baskin. He was going to have her killed. And they were
really?
like,
Okay,
"You."
I didn't.
Yeah, he, like a guy from his little illegal farm shit going on. He was like, drive down to Florida and kill that bitch. And he freaking drove to Florida and was going to kill her, and then he changed his mind.
So basically, he's in jail because he ordered a hit.
A conspiracy to murder. Yeah.
So does it have to do with Carol Baskin killing her husband? Or are they unrelated?
No, Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic hate each other because Carol Baskin is like the queen of the big cats and she's like saved them all. And he was just running like this really shitty zoo and like very poor conditions. The tigers weren't being fed well and she was after him.
So it sounds like me like she's the good guy and he's the bad guy.
Right. Yes. But then also like her husband like mysteriously disappeared and no one ever heard from him again. And she was just like, I don't know where he went. And then everyone's like, of course you didn't. You have literally a tiger cage in your backyard.
Oh, wait, if she's all for saving the tigers, why does she have a tiger cage?
Well, she has like a sanctuary.
Oh, so she takes good care of the animals.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic is bad to the
Yeah,
animals.
and they were all, and like he would abuse them and like
Gotcha, okay.
not feed them well and stuff like that. So yeah.
I got excited. It just became announced, or just became known that, I think one of the funniest movies of all freaking time,
Which is,
Borat.
oh, it's hilarious. Yeah.
There's a sequel.
God, it's been so long since I've seen that.
It's Bree doesn't like that movie. I think it's one of the funniest. So
It's been a long time since I've watched it, but I do remember it being
I have
funny.
seen that. I guarantee you, and that movie came out when I was an adult, so
Yeah.
I have no excuse. I've seen that movie at least 20 times.
That's a lot of times.
For a kid to watch a movie over and over again is expected.
Yeah.
For a grown up who is already out of college
Yeah.
to have watched that movie that many times,
That's a bunch of times.
I probably should be embarrassed. Well, they've already finished filming the sequel. Rumor is it's going to come out this year, but that's not confirmed.
Okay. COVID's not stopping Borat.
I hope this happens soon. I love Borat.
Gosh, I need to watch that again. It's been so long
I
since
do
I've
too.
watched it.
I do too.
It's been so long.
It's so funny.
It is funny.
That movie is working on a different intellectual level. That movie
It's
is
like
so
one
funny.
of those movies where it's, if you just get it, you get it. But if not, I could see why you would think it was stupid.
Okay, so
You know what I mean?
I'm going to give you a new story here.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch gears.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if we agree or disagree on this topic. Let me get the whole thing out here. The headline is that the Oscars are going to have diversity requirements if you're going to win Best Picture.
Okay.
Okay? This has kind of become a big deal in the Academy. So
Yeah,
there's a
people
few-
have accused the Oscars of being very white.
Correct. There was
Yeah.
even a big hashtag a few years ago, Oscars so white.
Yeah.
And I get that. Now, let's keep that in mind. And they're saying that starting in 2024, a movie's going to have to meet 2 of 4 diversity standards.
Okay.
And I'll read to you their verbiage.
Okay.
Standard number 1, at least one of the lead actors or significant supporting actors must be from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group, or at least 30% of all actors in a secondary minor role, minor roles.
Okay.
Or a main storyline, theme, or narrative must be centered on an underrepresented group. That's
Okay.
the first one.
Okay.
Standard 2 establishes a similar standard of diversity for creative leadership and crew roles. Don't even really know what that means, but okay. Number 3 requires that the film provide paid apprenticeship and internship opportunities to underrepresented groups or training opportunities and skills development for underrepresented crew.
Okay.
And number 4 requires that the film's marketing, publicity, and distribution have multiple in-house senior executives from underrepresented groups. Here's my
Okay.
thing. I feel like I'm totally for Black Lives Matter. We've been
Right.
through this. Like, I'm totally
Right.
on the right side of
Got
this.
our support. Yep.
I feel like the best picture of the year should win Best Picture. Your thoughts?
I think so too. I was kind of thinking that as we were going through that. Now it's easy for me to say as a white person.
Correct.
But
I know that's the other part of it too.
right, yeah, it's easy for me to say as a white. It's easy for me to say that as a white person. I feel like the movie that deserves to win Best Picture should win Best Picture.
Correct.
I don't think we should put stipulations on that necessarily, but I like that this is in there because it's going to give movies that wouldn't necessarily have a shot of even making it a shot because it is so whitewashed. Do you see
Now-
what I'm saying?
Okay, so here's one thing I'm realizing now that I didn't realize before when I made this thought. As I'm
Yeah.
reading it out loud, I'm realizing that for, I think, 2 or 3 of these, it's behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
So if you're going to add underrepresented crew to your movie, I think that's a great thing.
It's a great thing.
And I didn't realize, I thought they were all going to be for on-screen things, which they're not.
But even the on-screen thing, I can see where it was like, yeah, the Best Picture should win Best Picture. black, white, Hispanic, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's where I feel. Like, I'm also the kind of guy
Right.
where it's like, okay, I don't think people, even if they're the scourge of the earth, like O.J. Simpson,
Yeah.
I don't think they should be taken out of a Hall of Fame. You already you said he's a Hall of Fame worthy athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can't take that back.
Yeah, I think
you can stop further
right.
benefiting him,
Yeah.
praising him. But like, I feel like the Best Picture should win Best Picture.
I agree with that, but I see what they're doing. It's almost like they have to put these stipulations on something because not enough black pictures are being even considered because it's so whitewashed. So they're like, we have to peel their eyes away from the white movies and force them on the black movies, for example, or whatever.
Okay.
Because if not, we are so conditioned to just not even pay attention to them. I think that's what's happening is like they're literally forcing us to turn our head and pay attention to these because
But then is that let's say the Best Picture isn't from one of those films.
then I think it should go to the best one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think
It's confusing.
They're making them consider more. Like literally forcing them to consider more because if not, odds are yet again, it would go to another all white movie.
Okay.
For example. So I think they're just forcing them to open their eyes more because they and you know, most white people are just so conditioned to just stay in that one lane.
What if the best movie that got made one year was just made by one guy
Yeah.
who happened to be a white guy?
Then I think he should win.
And under these rules, it couldn't work that way.
Okay. I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what if someone comes up with this crazy original idea? I'm trying to think of like, I know like Paranormal Activity had like a very small cast.
Yeah.
Very small crew. The credits are like a frame or two.
Yeah.
I don't know what their racial identity was, but I
Right.
feel like it kind of shouldn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't change the quality of the film.
Right. No, it doesn't. Like I said, I think the only reason they're doing that is to consider.
But you're making sense now, though.
They're making them look at these other movies because, like, these other movies are great too. But because you're so like racist without even realizing you're racist,
Yeah.
you're not even paying attention to them specifically just because they are not what you're used to. See what I
Gotcha.
mean?
But
I think I did a really fucking good job explaining that.
all right, Maddie,
I felt confident in that.
I do.
Black fucking lives matter.
You know this about me though. I do support like I don't feel like it should be best male actor and best female actress.
Right. We should just
what makes
who did the best.
why exactly like why does one person gauge differently on their performance because of their gender? Like
They don't.
yeah, but
I can't do-
MTV's the only one who's stepped up and said we're eliminating gender categories.
Yeah, and they're just like best performance. I
Yeah.
think is what they do now. Yeah.
Why does it have to be split up by gender? I'm totally with you.
Right.
And I take it even a step further. Some people think this is crazy. I think if one of the best 300 football players on the planet is a woman, why couldn't she be in the NFL?
That really does piss me off.
I don't know sports well enough, but I just feel like I don't know how many football players there are, how many baseball players are in the MLB, but I guarantee you with baseball for sure, if you open it up to like softball players and stuff,
There's girls out there that's just as good for sure.
but they can't. And
Right.
I think that's screwed up.
Yeah.
You know, that's just my opinion too. So, okay, Matt,
I
you know,
agree.
you kind of changed my where I'm coming from.
I'm glad. I felt confident in that explanation because I think that's what they're trying to do here.
I have the 10 most popular TV shows of 2020 so far.
That came out in 2020?
Correct.
Okay.
And I've only seen one of them, and I'm afraid you haven't seen one of them, but I'll give it to you.
Okay.
And stop me if you care about one of these.
All right.
At least the one that I get passionate about is number 1.
Okay.
Number 10, Top Gear.
No.
Number 9, Normal People.
No.
Number 8, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Are these on Netflix or just in general?
BBC, Hulu, and HBO so far.
Okay. So
Number
they're just
7.
from all over.
Okay, you may know this show because I know you love Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Do you watch Better Call Saul? You don't.
No, I gave it a couple seasons and I couldn't get into it and I dropped it.
Westworld on HBO.
Nope.
What the heck is this? Netflix Dark? Do you know what that is?
I don't even think I've seen it on there.
The Science Channel, How the Universe Works. HBO The Outsider, I've heard that's good.
Outsider, I have seen the ones available on Netflix, I've watched those. I think it's an episode or two.
It says it's on HBO. I don't think those go to Netflix usually. I could be
Maybe I'm
wrong.
thinking of a different show then. Outsiders?
It's called The Outsider.
Oh, I think I might be thinking of Outsiders.
There's an old movie called The Outsiders.
No, this is a series.
Okay,
And
maybe
it's like
it
these
is. I don't
people
know.
that get born again. Anyway, whatever.
Number 2 is The Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, also on HBO.
Don't even know what that is.
I think it's more of like a daily show. So,
Oh, okay.
and then, but number 1, oh my God, this is the best thing I've watched in so long. The
Ooh.
Last Dance.
Okay, so I did watch this with Kent.
Oh,
Not
you
all
did?
the way. Not all the way through.
Oh my God, I give
But
it 10
Kent,
stars.
Kent goes on and on and on about it all the
Okay.
time. He talks about this.
You know, I am so indifferent when it comes to sports.
Yeah,
I want 20 more episodes of this show.
yeah. Kent to get him really interested in something, especially anything on TV, because really, other than like Breaking Bad, he doesn't really care about shows or anything like that. He doesn't care. Ozark, he's into Ozark.
Ozark was great.
It's still great. Yeah. He is like, Maddie, you have to finish watching this
It
with me.
is so good.
Because I just like watched it while he was watching it, but I didn't really give it all my, you lost me at basketball documentary. I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
I almost didn't watch it because I
Right.
don't care about sports, but I like Michael Jordan. That was
Yeah.
like, he was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And don't ever come at me with anyone being better than Jordan.
I don't think, no, Kent's never even tried to make that
Don't
argument.
even come at me with LeBron. Don't
But
come
I
at
mean,
me-
that's what really got Kent like jazzed up about like going to the gym and really putting in effort and getting up early. And like he
so good.
literally kind of changed like his whole routine. He was so inspired by that film
It's amazing.
or that documentary. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 10-part. It was on
Well,
ESPN.
we're gonna have to watch it because we were just talking like we need to spend more like time together even after the baby goes to bed. I'm like, we need to find like a really good series to watch. And he's like, I'll watch The Last Dance with you. I'll start it again. I'll watch it again. I'll watch. So now this is my sign that we're gonna do that.
I will watch it again. I'll
We're all
start it again
watching
with
it
you.
right now. Okay.
So if you have not seen
Tonight,
Last Dance-
everybody watch episode 1, and then next week we'll regroup when I've binged the entire thing.
What was Billboard's Song of the Summer? I had the top 5 here.
Ooh.
The one I guessed was number 4. But I'm curious as to what you think.
I feel like it's okay of the summer, so of this past summer. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Maybe Harry Styles something, the Watermelon Sugar one.
That's a solid guess, but not in the top 5.
Okay.
My guess was
Maybe a Cardi B song.
Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce, Savage.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a song I heard everywhere.
That's a good one. I never listened to local radio since I got fired, but
You didn't listen when you were working there.
yeah, no, I didn't either. But I do know that like Watermelon Sugar was like
Oh yeah, no, that's a huge
beaten
song.
into the ground. Yeah.
Number 4 was Savage. That was my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 was Roses from St. John.
Rockstar.
Yes, number 1.
Rockstar. I
Yes.
knew it. I don't know
DaBaby-
why it took me so long to think about that.
DaBaby and Roddy Ricch, Rockstar.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Blinding Light from The Weeknd.
Really? Wow, that's number 2.
Number
you know
3.
what? It's probably my least favorite off of his new album.
Number 3 was What's Pop. Is that album good? Okay.
And you know, I love The Weeknd.
I know.
Live and fucking die for him, but I was a little
I
let
heard
down.
the 2 singles and I thought they were both great.
Yeah, they're good.
So,
It just kind of
and then What's Poppin' from Jack Harlow featuring DaBaby, Tory Lanez, and Lil Wayne.
love that song. Oh, the remix. Yeah. Okay. What's
so
poppin'
that's-
remix? Yeah.
Those are your 5 biggest songs of the summer.
Wow.
All right, so my next category.
I love seeing more hip hop on there.
It's all
makes me,
hip-hop.
Yeah, it makes me excited.
Yeah. So the next category
I
is.
love Meg Thee Stallion. I am becoming obsessed with her, maybe more than Cardi B. I said it.
Oh, not even close for me.
I may at the current moment, I love Cardi B, don't get me wrong, but at the current moment, I am definitely listening to way more Meg Thee Stallion than Cardi B.
You just call her Meg.
Yeah.
Like, you've got-
Hot girl Meg. I'm a stallion.
Okay, so my next category of stories is ways Maddie can make money.
OnlyFans.
I don't even have OnlyFans on. We've already been there. These are some new ideas for you.
Okay.
There's a woman.
Is my butthole in any of them? I feel like I could put her in there wherever
One.
she wanted to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
one and
listening.
kind of 2.
Okay, I'm listening.
So there's a woman. You can pay her $37 via Facebook,
Okay.
and she'll evaluate your junk, like your penis.
I'll like tell you like what we could improve on.
And I know you have experience in this
In
because
wieners, yes, oh gosh, I
you
don't
got
know.
a lot of unsolicited dick pics.
I've got at least like 15 years experience.
Yeah, because and I remember because we used to joke around about the ones that you got sent
Right.
back when we worked together on
Yeah.
the radio. You would be like, I just got a new one, and you showed it to me like, oh God, like why
Yeah.
has it been that way?
You know what? honestly, I don't know if I've ever got a dick pic of like a good looking dick.
Does such a thing exist?
I feel like, yeah. Like, I
Because-
feel like I could look at a dick pic and be like, wow. It's usually just the size. Like,
Okay.
as far as whatever else is going on, that's not really ever something
the
I'm paying
ones-
attention to.
I feel like, and I don't, the ones you got sent, there was a lot of hair going on all the time.
There was some situations for sure.
I felt like the photographs need better lighting.
I feel like we have like 3 strikes. Okay, we have like position, right? With the what how much of you am I seeing in this photo? What's the position of the junk? Second is size. What are we working with? And then third is definitely grooming.
Yeah, I think that's important.
All of the ones that I was receiving had a big old X through every single one of those.
They didn't mark one.
Not a there was nothing I could look at that and be like, well, at least he's got the grooming down. No, all the ones I got had nothing down.
Would you consider, let's not do
For $37? I'll look at your dick and tell you what I think for $5.
That was my question. Okay.
I'll do it for free. It's so funny that there's a market out there of people that's like, I really want to know what this random lady thinks about my wiener.
Well, I mean, okay, like let's say I could understand wanting the feedback.
Okay.
You know, it's like maybe there's areas of improvement.
Well, yeah, and it's like before you like post a bomb ass selfie, you send it to like your significant other, you send it to your girlfriends. You're like, should I post this one or this one? And they're like, that one. So it's like maybe he's gonna send this wiener picture to a girl that asked for it
Consensually.
because that's the only reason we should be sending them.
Is there ever a consensual dick pic?
I don't think so, but I'll
My
still.
understanding is women do not look at penises the way men look at vaginas.
But listen,
Women
for
do it-
$5, I'll tell you, send that shit.
All right.
Do it. Spam her with it.
And if I did just flood you with wiener pics from the audience, I apologize.
Okay, that's fine with me.
But just so you know, I will see them too, and I will also give honest feedback.
And my
about them.
Venmo is Waddy Mist.
All right.
You can just send it straight to my account.
There is a huge demand during the pandemic for
Okay.
nude maids
Really?
because everyone's home, and you know
I
why
love
would
to clean.
what, see that?
I love to clean. It's like literally,
I feel like you would-
I would consider it a hobby of mine. That's how bad it is.
I feel like you would not do this.
I wouldn't be naked.
For in a stranger's home cleaning his house.
Are they watching me?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because why else am I naked? How much?
I would think. Okay, here. Let's say you can make $400 doing.
What am I doing?
Let's say an hour of cleaning.
$400 for an hour of naked cleaning.
Yeah.
Does he ever touch me?
No,
Okay, then sure.
really, you would do that?
Yeah. As long as it was okay with Kent.
I have a hard. Okay, I would have put the house that you did not
For
want to do this.
$400 for 1 hour?
Yeah. Okay, so you would do it?
Yeah, but am I ugly cleaning or can I cute clean? Like,
that means-
listen, if I'm scrubbing my bathroom tile, you don't want to see me naked. It's just like a vicious, like, you know what I mean?
On all
like,
fours.
yeah, like, but if I'm just like, if I have my cute little feather duster,
think
like
it's
I
more- I'm assuming
imagine,
probably more French.
am
maid
I
stuff.
vacuuming? Look at me vacuuming. My boobs bounce when I vacuum this big heavy rug. For $400, I do it, sure.
Okay.
As long
Now-
as it was okay with Kent. For 1 hour?
Like
for
I would
sure.
not be okay with Brittany doing this.
Yeah, Kent, I don't think Kent would consent to it. I think he would consent to me giving dick feedback pictures. Or yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think he would consent to that. But with actually like in the presence of another man naked, I'm only allowed to be in the presence of other women naked.
Okay. Gotcha.
So if any girls out there want me to clean
Now,
your
but
house
what
naked
if-
for $400, hit me up.
throw in the actual $400 part. Do you think that changes Kent's tune a bit?
Maybe just a little bit.
Okay, curious.
I think he wants some new dirt bike parts, so I think like right now he would say sure.
Okay, that one definitely surprised me. I would have definitely bet the farm.
And I definitely can't know them, and they can't know me or any way to ever like reach out to me again. Like I would have to use like a fake name, like what strippers do. I'd be like, my name's Carmel, and I'm gonna clean your house,
Your name's Carmel.
like Jessica or something.
Okay, so it couldn't be for someone you know.
No, I don't think so. That'd be awkward.
Okay.
Well, maybe if I've like already like slept with them or something, I'm like, whatever. You already seen it. It's only gotten worse since then.
I can't imagine someone who's already seen you naked would continue, like if they've already slept with you.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So, okay, interesting. This is the part I wanted to circle back to.
Yes.
We've got you're supposedly, this is what I heard. Facebook is going to start paying people to deactivate their accounts around the election time. It's supposed to be legit. This came from a legit source.
Okay.
Facebook is going to start paying people to deactivate their Facebook and Instagram accounts for 1 to 6 weeks leading up to the election in November. They're off.
To not like sway your voting based on what like people are sharing and stuff.
The reason they're doing it, it says it's a research project to see just how big of an impact those social media platforms make on democracy.
A pretty freaking huge one.
And if they're really destroying democracy like everyone says that it is. So it says you can look for a message on Facebook or Instagram offering to pay you to log off for a few weeks. So you could potentially make up to $120. And you just said you were thinking about deleting your Facebook. And you think you're addicted.
And I don't have to be naked and I don't even have to see a wiener.
But you only get $120.
Not worth it.
I didn't think it was either.
Not worth it.
Not for me either.
I'd rather see the wieners. 110%.
Well, and I'd rather see there is a part of me that's like, even though I hate when you spread fake news, I like to judge the people who are doing it. Like,
it's easy to weed out the idiots.
Yeah, well, it's like I want to judge like, wow, you can't tell a fake news story. Interesting. Right. You know, like that's just like, oh.
It's entertaining, yeah.
Oh, this member of my family's a racist. I didn't know that.
I love when it comes to light.
Yeah, you know, it's like you didn't realize that. Interesting.
Sometimes I have a lot of fun like blocking and unfriending people.
All right, so I know we're getting progressively smaller with how much money you can make doing stuff.
Okay.
My favorite cereal of all time is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It is a good one.
They're going to be giving away 1 million free boxes in the month of September, from what I understand. Oh. It says all you have to do is buy a box, upload your receipt, and they'll reimburse you. I don't.
For what?
They'll give you your money back.
No, why? Why are they giving me my money back?
To be cool.
Fucking right on.
Yeah, right. I'm just
Walmart, match that energy.
Giving you.
If I'm spending 150, I want 150 back. Listen, if that's the case and that start happening with all my food, I will never have to find a job. Because I spend like a fortune on groceries.
Just trying to give you little ways that you can save some cash.
Okay, so it looks like we're all on a Cinnamon Toast Crunch diet.
So then here's
when that
one
starts
more.
Happening.
You may have more money than you think you have.
That's not true.
You may actually have $46 million more than you think you have.
Look at me being Shelly and shit.
If you add up all the value of all the materials in your body, which includes things like DNA,
like your kidneys and stuff,
antibodies, all your organs, your bone marrow.
Okay.
The total you can make from selling every body part is about $46 million.
Oh my goodness.
Now, obviously you would die, but
how long, like how far
your body's
into
value is about $46 million.
How far like into the process of selling shit till I die? Because I know like you can go without an arm, you can go without a kidney, you can go without like a lung. I think the
less vital things are going to give you less money. Okay. Like, yeah, you can make a bunch of millions on your heart probably, but you're not going to have a heart anymore.
But you need that. Okay.
But I'm just telling you, at least you got that going for you.
I feel like I could, like, who needs 2 kidneys anyway?
I mean, I'd like them, but
I think I'll keep them both.
Plus, I'm a diabetic, so my body's probably worth like $12.
Okay.
But you're
like a borderline alcoholic. I'm fine.
Exactly.
There's certain parts you might want to avoid.
All right. Saw this story on Reddit. Want to get your feedback on this. I'll kind of take a different approach to the story. Let me give you the story, then we'll talk about it. So a woman found a note on her car. Mm-hmm. She lives in an apartment complex. Here's what the note said. FYI, I fucked your husband. I'm sorry. I misread. I fucked your boyfriend. He said
I don't know why I just like sighed a breath of relief like that's any better.
He said you were broken up. I live in apartment 5D. 1, wash your car. 2, dump him. Not in that order.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, is that person an asshole or not an a-hole?
Not an a-hole.
Okay.
I feel like there may have been like a little bit nicer of a way to say it.
Like you were coming from a salty place when you said 1, wash your car.
True.
Like that was just, now you're just being salty.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's an a-hole because the guy is the a-hole. Especially
he is for sure the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't give a shit how someone's telling me that my husband's cheating on me.
Yeah,
as long as they do.
Yeah.
You can tell me, be like, listen, it's because you ain't shit and you're dusty and crusty and he wanted some new hot bitch that has a tummy tuck already. You know, but at least she told me. Like, you can insult the shit out of me, but God, let me know. You can say, like, look at your dirty car, you bum bitch. and I also fucked your boyfriend. And I'd be like, God, thanks for telling me you fucked my boyfriend.
Maddie, you have such a way with words.
Thank you.
Your eloquence is unparalleled.
It's like I've made a career out of it.
Okay, so
I don't think that she's an a-hole. Yeah, she could have said it a little nicer.
yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think that the way she did it could have been handled better, but I'd also want to know.
I still want to know. I don't care how you
By
tell
the way,
me.
there's so many people just from living life that don't want to know. They'd rather live in ignorance.
Right.
And that's so weird to me.
Oh, no. No, and trust me, I don't want to know, but I want to know. You know, it's one of those things.
The pandemic has driven people back to living with their parents.
Oh,
So
that'd be awful.
It's at this point, according to this research, 52% of people under 30 live with their parents.
52%?
More than half.
Oh my gosh. I said that would be awful, like it would suck living at Shelly's house.
I've seen the Snapchats. That's like
Oh my God, how awful. What am I going to do today? Hit the indoor spa, the pool, or
But
the
don't
gym?
you like being independent?
Definitely.
Of course.
Definitely. And also just like having like your privacy, especially if like, if like you're dating someone or you're married to someone or like you have kids, like sometimes when friends come in out of town and then they stay with us, I'm like, I only want like this friend or this friend to stay, but like all of these other friends, I don't know how to nicely tell them to get a hotel because I don't want them in my space.
Sure.
Like I'm pretty private like that.
Okay.
But Jackie and Isaiah can stay the night. Always.
Congratulations to them.
They're the only ones. I just had to clarify that because I know they're probably listening like, what the fuck, Maddie? We always stay at your house whenever we're in town.
Here's another story I thought you might react to.
Yeah.
The pandemic may lead to the return or at least another outbreak of pubic lice.
Ugh.
Because
Blech. Even
less-
that name just made me scratch. And I don't even have pubic hair. It just made me so uncomfortable. Oh, now I'm squirmy. Now I didn't leave anything to the imagination for my OnlyFans people.
I don't think it's going to stop anybody. Since fewer people are getting their special parts waxed or shaving as much because they're only, they're not seeing as many people.
I was going to say, why are we not shaving as much? But I guess,
there's a lot more pubic hair right now than there was this time last year.
If you're not getting like a lot of dick appointments because of COVID, then maybe you're not shaving as much.
Return of lice. I was going to get your reaction, but I think you already
makes me
knocked it out the park. So
it makes me scratch. Is really like pubic lice. What would I do if I ever saw that in person?
Well,
Vomit.
Okay, I can
listen.
tell-
If you're sending me your dick pic for me to analyze, and you have pubic lice, bitch, I just jacked your price up to $50 for your evaluation.
I can tell this story because he's told it on the radio before.
Okay. Does someone we know have pubic lice, or have they?
Yeah. Well, no. Okay, that's different. Is it different? That's different than crabs, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
feel
think
like-
I
is
think
it the
crabs are
same?
different.
Really? I'm gonna look it up.
Here, I think they're different. Either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, it makes me itch, makes me scratch.
One of my good radio buddies,
Yeah, that was like on the radio.
and may have returned this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hearing.
I've got to digest that.
Hearing it literally.
I've got to literally digest that. I need a moment. I'm
This
actually
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's easy to take.
I've
care
never
of.
had pubic lice.
I haven't either.
Maybe it'd be kind of cool if I did.
No, I don't.
Because I could contribute to this conversation and be like, ooh, yeah.
It's-
I've never even had head lice before.
Yeah, you're normal.
Okay.
It's not-
Is
you're
that
not-
normal?
You're not
I
uncomfortable.
feel like everyone had lice whenever I was a kid, and I somehow dodged that bullet.
No, I don't.
As a girl, though, is a little different.
I would think. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Let's talk about
You
Taco Bell.
nasties.
They're pissing off their entire fan base.
I keep seeing more and more people talk about Taco Bell.
In a negative light. They're getting
Yeah.
rid of their Mexican pizzas. I love their Mexican pizzas.
Oh, that's rude
In
as
fact,
shit.
I kind of forgot that they had them, and now I want to eat some.
Is the pandemic killing Taco Bell? Is that what's happening?
I don't think so.
Is that they're trying to
I think
like?
this would be happening either way, personally. Let's see. They're killing off the Mexican pizzas. Fans are not happy. They're getting a bunch of angry tweets about it. Thoughts?
Okay, once again, I'm not like really big in the fast food world, but if I'm drunk, which let's be honest is at least twice a week, Taco Bell is my go-to.
Mm-hmm. I know it is.
And Taco Bell's every drunk person's go-to. But it's like, I saw one of my friends that was in my wedding, he posted on Facebook the other day. He was like, did Taco Bell just wake up today and say, we don't want to make money anymore? And that's what I feel like is happening. I'm like, what started this? I need to know, like, did someone like buy Taco Bell and they're like, we're changing shit around here?
I don't know.
And start just firing all of their employees and blaming it on COVID and then hiring new people?
Bad decisions.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking, but maybe they have a plan. I don't know.
Well, it's a shitty one.
It is.
Get a new plan.
The best one I saw said, whoever got rid of Taco Bell potatoes, your mom's a hoe.
Your mama is a hoe.
Was 2020 summer the worst summer ever?
Yeah. No, I mean, I got married 2020 summer.
Yeah, see that? Okay.
I got to spend the whole summer home with my kid, which was pretty cool.
I'm also going no. This is the only summer I've ever had with a kid.
Yeah, that's true. Let me try to think of the worst summer I've ever had.
I can think of some.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there was like summers where I had some shitty boyfriends and like some trauma going on or something that were way worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
16% of people said yes.
Okay,
which is less than I thought.
Those are the people that are also not shaving their pubes because they don't have their dick appointments. Those are the people that are like, this sucks. The people that want to go out to the bars all the time.
I don't know if I'd be part of the 14%, which is also not that much. I said it was a good summer overall. It's not what it was definitely a different summer for sure.
Not what anyone expected, but not the worst. Stop complaining, people.
So an update.
Stuff could be worse.
So remember last week I told you about the Smash Mouth concert that
Yes.
gave people COVID and led to a death ultimately?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about
This story has been blowing up.
Uh-oh.
So that Sturgis motorcycle rally that happened in South Dakota about a month ago,
Okay.
it's now they believe it's responsible for more than 250,000 cases of COVID.
Oh my gosh.
They believe it's gonna cost about $12 billion in public health costs.
All going back to that rally?
Mm-hmm. Not that there was 250,000 people there, but that those people.
Well, that's how it's a ripple effect. That's how it works.
They can trace about 250,000.
They go home to their family, who goes to their jobs, who goes home to their
Yup.
family and goes to the grocery, and that's how this shit works.
Stop mass gatherings, people. Wear your masks. I'm just trying to tell you.
Unless you're like getting married.
Trying to breeze through these here so we can wrap things up. I don't have too many more left.
Okay.
Oh, actually, this is. I got 2 more things.
Okay.
What is the number one thing people lie about on dating apps?
Ooh. Probably their age.
Okay, good guess.
Yeah. Or maybe their job.
Actually, age is number 1.
Okay.
Height is number 2. Weight is number 3. And career success is number 4.
Oh, I didn't even realize that like you put your height and weight on there.
That's kind of weird.
That's
kind of
fucked up. Yeah.
Bovine.
Yeah. I'll just put that as my weight from now on.
Bovine.
On the doctor's office slip, how much do you weigh, bovine?
Like I wouldn't like listen.
I wouldn't put it on there even if it asked me. Maybe my height, because who gives a shit if I'm like 5'7"?
If I put on there, I wouldn't lie about it. I don't want them to mistakenly think that they're going to meet some svelte, handsome fella, and then here comes Dumpy Rob.
Right, but isn't that why you post pictures? Like, I feel like I'll be able to tell if you're bovine in your photos or not.
Which, spoiler alert, I am.
But I do feel like, okay, I would want to know a guy's height probably, and because sometimes you can take photos that make you look. So I don't really necessarily have a problem with
I'm
height.
gonna be honest with you, I would like to know a girl's weight.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Just saying.
But I also know, like, yeah, just in pictures alone, you can really, like, take a good photo that makes you look not 5'2", or not, 500 pounds or something.
Interesting. Okay.
So I understand why it's there, but I'm saying I probably wouldn't put my weight, even though I weigh 142 pounds. I probably wouldn't say that ever publicly. And I would never say I was 5'7", and I would never underestimate my career success, because there's none. I am a fucking gold star on that dating app.
All right, I have one more thing. I've always been opposed to this, and the American Academy of Sleep Medicine thinks that we should do away with daylight savings time.
I fucking hate daylight savings time.
God, even when we fall back,
My God, shut up about it. Let's just stay here, guys.
Yes.
Why? Why not?
Right where we are right now.
Why not?
Just don't change the clock.
Why not?
Just don't change the clock.
Let's not. How about we just don't move it, and then guess what? It's the same.
I'm with you.
It's to stop moving the clock.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you totally.
But there really is people that don't ever move it, though. Like different parts of the states that never move.
And that makes it even more confusing.
Because I'm like, why? sometimes is my aunt in Arizona 4 freaking hours behind me, and then
Yup.
sometimes she's only 1. How does that even make sense?
I know, exactly. It's so confusing.
And I'm
It's
like,
got
I'm
to
sorry
stop.
I can't come visit you because it's 7 o'clock there, but my son is going to think it's midnight. And so his sleep schedule is going to be too screwed up to even come visit. It's just stupid. Daylight savings time is stupid. Let's stop.
This episode of the Roz Podcast and Maddie West is brought to you by State Farm agent Mary Rokiki.
Oh, yeah.
If you're looking for auto insurance, renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, or life insurance, you should definitely talk to my State Farm agent Mary Rokiki. Or if you have any of those policies with somebody else, I think that you might be able to get a better deal. Talk to the best. Talk to Mary. For the past 11 years, I've been trusting State Farm agent Mary Rokiki with my personal insurance needs. And my favorite thing about it has been that she treats her clients like family. Mary has always been in my corner looking out for me, making sure I'm getting the best rates possible. I know I can trust Mary just like a good neighbor. Now's a great time to talk to Mary because in July, just a few months ago, they had another auto rate decrease. State Farm is the #1 auto insurer. Getting a quote from Mary is always free. It takes about 10 minutes. Find out how much those 10 minutes can save you and your family. Call Mary at 812-473-2863. I'm so glad I did. That's my trusted State Farm agent, Mary Rokiki, 812-473-2863. Today's show also brought to you by Spuds and Stuff. I still get asked all the time. The answer is still yes. I would not lie to you about Philly cheesesteaks. I love their Phillies. I eat their, yesterday we had a buffalo chicken spud. It was so good. That's my favorite.
I love a spud.
Nobody in the city knows Philly cheesesteaks better than me, and I'm telling you, Jason at Spuds and Stuff makes the best in town. He would bring me in to test them throughout the process. We would tweak them. He'd ask for feedback, make adjustments, and what we wound up with was sheer perfection. Try it for yourself if you don't believe me, and don't forget those delicious spuds. They're so good. They're at 2403 Washington Avenue on Evansville's east side, and their location at 41 in Boonville, New Harmony has recently reopened. They're now hiring for drivers at both locations, and I want to remind you, if you'd like to advertise on the Rob's Podcast and Maddie West, please email therobspodcast@gmail.com.
And if you want to Venmo me for your wiener pictures,
What, Waddy Mess?
Waddy Mest, I think, is my Venmo handle. And if you want to pledge OnlyFans, that's also the place to start.
Some other
The
person
bin.
who's actually named Waddy Mess is like, hey, thank you for, you can keep your dick pic, but thank you for sending me this money. I appreciate that. Did we
And get my Starbucks that day at least. Come on.
did we take care of everything today?
I think so.
Then we're going to do it again next week, right here on the Rob's Podcast with Waddy Mest.